Yo, what is going on? Friday sales are happening right now at windowcleaner.com. John B is killing me with the Vice vibes. Man, I need to put my son.
Woo! What is up, dude? 15% off. We just had. Hang on. We just had a hell of a Thanksgiving. How was yours?
You just had Oh, dude. I don't know about you. I'm trying to share this to Pro really quick while we get up on. Okay, we're shared. I don't know about you. Thanksgiving food, but I'm a sides guy. I'm not like a ham uh thing,
Hmm.
sweet potato casserole, green beans, jalapenos wrapped in bacon. I'm a sides guy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I'm Irish, so I'm all about the mashed potatoes and, the gravy. I mean, turkey's great. I mean, if you, I think there's a reason we have it once a year. Um, you know, I I do actually use turkey as a like sandwich meat occasionally, but it's like actually, you know what? Turkey should be the meat of this podcast because it is the lower rung essentially of meats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, dude. I mean, if I'm gonna eat meat, like I love steak. Chicken's all right.
Mhm.
I eat so much chicken. There's a Popeyes and Chick-fil-A on every corner you turn. Chicken's cool, I guess, but I eat it so much. Like I'm not a turkey
Yeah.
guy. I don't like ham. Like I'm just that's not me. If you're gonna have 9 million sides and apple pie and pumpkin pie, I'm not eating the turkey. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, it's a heavy day for sure, and the turkey will put you out, man. I had two dinners. I had one earlier with one set of family, and then one around dinner time with another set there. And I think by 8:30, man, on our way home, I was in the passenger seat. I was like clocking out for a little bit of the ride, dude.
Yeah,
That
take
put me
2
out.
hours. Yeah,
Whew.
yeah, I'm with you there. I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna watch football," and I hate football. I'm a baseball guy. I mean, it's on, I'll watch
Mhm.
it, but I watched
Yeah.
80-year-old Dolly Parton halftime show, and I was like, "This is what we've come to. This is it."
Yeah, that was. She looked like an evil Knievel backup dancer or something. It was a very weird outfit and just a weird kind of. Just they didn't get it. They could not get anyone else apparently. To be fair though, she looked pretty
And
good
the,
for her age.
Jack Harlow show was even more. Yeah, I don't know, most
I missed that one.
40-year-olds half naked.
Right?
Jack
Little
Harlow one
midriff.
was I've seen the running joke was I've seen high school plays with a bigger budget, like a tarp,
Oh,
like a white tarp and like igloo, and it was like only 10 yards. Like it was,
really? I have to take a look at that.
yeah, it was pretty bad. All
I
over
still don't know
TikTok.
if I've heard a song of his, dude.
Yeah, he's famous.
Yeah. Let's see.
But we got Black Friday deals going on. 15% off site wide. Products, any products we sell. If you want a pure triple and a 90 where hit my line. If you didn't know, our sales reps over here at windowcleaner.com or zero product on whatever site that you tend to go on. You know, I don't know if you've had that happen before, John. Paul. I'm like, dude, I cannot find this guy's account. He says he has an account. I have no idea. Can't find it. He's on zero
Yeah.
products. We have two different little backlinks there. But yeah, dude, we have plenty of deals going on. I think I'm gonna make the transition to the triple here. I'm selling my Zero Pure Max. If you're in the Houston area, not to slide under the 15% off, but if you're in the Houston area, $2,000 out the door for my Zero Max. I'm gonna get the triple, dude.
Getting the triple, making the move. That thing's a beast,
Yeah, dude.
man.
I mean, you can't beat it. 3 R 21-inch DI, carbon anachloramine filter. I mean, you can't beat it.
Doesn't that have the pressure gauge too?
Yeah, you got the pressure gauge. I think it comes with a powder coated frame as well. I mean, you can't beat
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And I
thing's
don't know
awesome.
about you,
Yeah,
John. Have you switched to your Christmas gear yet? I got Santa Claus tights on right
we
now.
got
You can't do that.
yeah, we got the tree up. It is not yet decorated, but we got the tree up. I think we're gonna do most of the decoration this weekend and probably following through until about Christmas and deck the place out. I think it's a nice look, at least just for the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Grinch on in the background. You got
Yep.
some eggnog going on. It's Christmas time, baby. It's Christmas light
The
season.
eggnog's flowing. You got National Lampoon Christmas Vacation on in the background. Mistletoe's going. You've got the what is that stuff that you put on the Christmas tree? The like
Tinsel?
what is it?
Tinsel?
Yeah, yeah. You got that. Maybe that's wrapped around your Zero Pure. You got well, I mean, actually, we do have you can turn your water fed into a Christmas lights hanger, right? Or is that a separate pole?
Yeah, dude. No, buy the attachments that fit on the top if you
You
already
got
have
the hook, yeah.
that's pretty cool. There's different attachments there. I hate Christmas lights. That's not my thing. Don't ever I don't do it for friends, family, customers. Hate it. Hate it. Good money, just hate
Requires a lot of good hand-eye coordination, I would imagine.
it. I don't yeah, that's not me.
Yeah. Um, I- you know, I, I guess a lot of those jobs are either happening now or have already taken place because I've been driving around. I see a lot of decorations already up on houses and everything.
Yeah, my whole neighborhood's done. I don't know who did them, but kudos to you.
I'm out in Bethlehem, so it's like Christmas City. So I think if people aren't doing it themselves, they're hiring people, and they're getting to work because I mean we've had some pretty good weather, like 50-degree days where it's not necessarily warmer, but better weather than what we've seen, the past couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the money that goes into that stuff because, like, you got to buy the lights, you got to hang them, you charge them to hang them, you charge them to take them down. I've heard up to like $9 a foot for Christmas lights.
Wow.
Like, that's awesome. But I mean, yeah, I'm just not into it. Somebody else, I'll pay
Yeah.
someone else to do my house. Not into it.
Now, are you a white light kind of guy, or do you like all the different colors? Where are you at with it?
Dude, I want to get your opinion on this because me and my wife have had this conversation every year we've been married. She is a
Yeah.
white light, crisp, white, clear, and I'm a multicolor. Maybe I'm a trailer
Yeah.
park trash, but I love the multicolors.
I got the same thing going with my girlfriend who thinks that the colored bulbs are trash. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no, the ones that are like larger, the LED ones that are meant to look like the retro ones, I love those, but she thinks they're trash. And I'm like, well, so we kind of like reached a middle ground where we got a color changing tree so that you can get in your white lights and then you can get in your different colored lights. So it's a pretty good middle ground, to be honest.
do you change it with like your phone? Is it like an app?
I think those are the like a little bit higher end ones. This one just has a button on the bottom that you just go over and flick it through the modes. So that kind of works.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a multi for forever. I like been alive. My family's had multicolored lights, and I got married, and she's like, "No,
Yeah.
that's trashy." And I'm like, "I didn't know. I was not in the know of that. Maybe I'm trash."
I don't see the trash aspect of the colored lights, but I do see the classiness of the white lights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can see it.
So I don't know. It's just more boring to me. Like it just looks more like that could just be hanging up any time of the year, really.
Yeah, like it's Christmas, red, green, and blue,
Yeah.
whatever colors you have. Like it's Christmas time.
I hate, I do hate the ones that are like only blue and it just, you
Yeah.
look and you can't really like look for a long period of time because after a while you're just like, oh my God. You ever see those?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen some weird stuff, and now a lot of people are putting those little cubes in the ground, and they instead of
Yep.
hanging Christmas lights, you have like a little show going on. Like there's a place near me. I'm actually going this year. We're making it a tradition. It's like 1.3 million lights in a baseball field, and it's
Oh,
just
wow.
it's perfect. You know, they play a movie on the big screen. You got your little kids running around, dogs and everything.
Right.
But yeah, you have to have some kind of color going on because if you had the whole stadium white, like you said, what's the occasion? It's white. I don't
Yeah.
really get it.
Yeah. I don't like it. I mean, it's, I guess I wouldn't say I don't like it. I just like the colored ones more. I think it's a little more festive, like you said. And, um, you know, there's different styles of bulbs, obviously, in both, you know, in the white lights. They're usually smaller bulbs, but you know, I don't know. I'm more of your line of thinking there.
Yeah, and to
Um,
me, Christmas is like my favorite time of year. Halloween's cool, Thanksgiving's awesome, but there's something about Christmas, dude. I'm not a cold fan person when it gets cold. I have a space
sure.
heater down in your office, freezing to death. But
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I think anything that can kind of like distract you from the cold weather, I'm down for. I like the Christmas movies. There's some classics, obviously. Home Alone is one of my favorites. Elf's a great one. Some of the animated ones are a little weird, but they're cool. There's a what is it? Scrooge one that's really good with Jim Carrey. I like that one.
yeah, apparently the Grinch 2 is coming out. I don't know if that's official news yet. Apparently Jim Carrey's coming back to do a Grinch 2. I think you should hang it
Oh
up. I
wow.
don't think he's broke. I think you should just leave it alone. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah, for me, I mean, a lot of people love that live action Grinch movie, but for me, it was similar to, when Mike Myers did the Cat in the Hat in live action. It just is weird to me. Like, it just doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, I respect the fact that he did it. I think it was like 5 hours of makeup every day or some shit like that.
Yeah,
But, it's a better cartoon, in my opinion.
yeah. We've been watching the Grinch cartoon every day nonstop. Um, we don't really have like a hard cutoff of Thanksgiving and Christmas. We just kind of mix it all together. Yeah, like you said, the live action's a little weird. I mean, he was going through brutal makeup. I mean, like you said, if you have 5 hours of makeup, you only have like 3 hours of shooting time. Then you have to take it off.
Yeah. Can't imagine. It's like torture.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
I hope he made a boatload of money off that because, dude, I remember seeing it in theaters actually, and it was packed. We ended up sitting in the first row, and I remember just like, you're looking like all the
Yeah,
way back. I remember my neck hurting the next day from seeing that fucking movie.
dude. I've never understood that. Like they have movie theaters that are so big and you have reclining chairs now. Some of them you can eat like whole meals at. I've never understood wanting to be front row. Like I did
No.
one time for like the Michael Jackson movie or something. And I was like, this is the worst experience ever. Like the movie screen is like 9 miles long. I don't have to be front row. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Right, and it's not like if you were in an IMAX in front row because it's made so that like no matter where you are, like you get a pretty good view. it's more like you're just kind of like looking at a part of the screen and then you realize that there's stuff happening like over there and you're just like, oh damn, like I gotta move my head around here. This is gonna be weird. But really you should only do that if you ever have
Oh,
to,
it's
if the theater's packed, you know.
yeah. We got movie theater here that'll give you like queso and different nachos. You can eat whole meal. Like I didn't have that growing up.
I know. I know. You can get your taxes done. You could have somebody, do your Amazon deliveries and everything. It's pretty wild. I mean, you're getting a
Yeah, these
drink.
kids got
I
it
didn't know
made. They
you
don't
would
know how
want
much.
like fried calamari with like, the Simpsons movie or whatever. So weird,
Yeah,
but I mean, having a
I'm
beer
with you.
at a movie isn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd see the day. I mean, I'd never thought I would wrap $300 tab at a $15 movie, but hey, today's the day.
Today is the day, man. It's pretty crazy. I mean, the price of the ticket, I mean, it's kind of cliche almost at this point to complain about, like, oh, and then the popcorn is so expensive, but really it does kind of kill you.
Yeah, dude. On the screen
But
there.
yeah,
Um,
uh,
besides the 15% off Black Friday, there is, I think I'll have to. I think it's 35 to percent off on pure water power poles. I know we don't like push those super heavy, but they're there carbon fiber, and you're talking about a crazy deal on a 30-foot pole, 40-foot pole.
yeah, they've got the Kevlar style on some of their poles. I mean, you're getting the same fast lock adapter. You're getting the same, hybrid brush with that setup. So essentially you're getting all the same accessories you would with a zero pole. So, uh, pretty sweet setup. And they have like poles that go
Yeah,
to
that's
35
what I've
feet if
always told
needed.
people.
Yeah, I mean, there's an 18-foot hybrid pole if needed. They've got some cool stuff over there. I mean, their systems are awesome too.
Yeah, and Steve-O just put out a video about our brushes. So we have our own hybrid brushes, boar's hair, reverse hybrid. I haven't tried the reverse hybrid. I get questions about that. I don't really know
Yeah,
the use of it personally. I've never bought one, I've never tried it. But we have so many options, and they're at such a lesser price point. I mean, you look at the difference of Tucker prices to zero prices on brushes. It's the same quality, and it's a no-brainer on the price point. I mean, a 12-inch boar hair brush is like 99 bucks. Can't beat it.
yeah, great deal. And I mean, weren't the reverse hybrid brushes? I think a good use case for those is uh, like solar work. Are you familiar with that being used in those cases potentially?
I've always heard that. So back when reverse hybrids were, when we didn't make them, Tucker was making them. That was always the thing. It was like, oh, those are solar brushes. Couldn't tell you why, but that was just like the thing, like the Alpha Phantom. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to buy one and try it. I like the hybrid, the regular hybrid, because you still have the boar's hair in the middle, which is what covers most of the glass, and the nylon on
Right.
the outside to give you a good glide. Switching that, I'm not sure how that would work, but hey, it's a thing if you want to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one thing. Obviously, I'm always like, try out the regular hybrid brush when you get your setup initially. I always mention to guys that people love to try out the 100% boar's hair brush typically. I just think it has more grit to it, and obviously you need to put a little bit more work in, but you know, it definitely is a different feel, and gets more at the grime. I'm pretty. That's what I always tell people, really.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of full boar's hair. I mean, it is more aggressive, but one thing is it doesn't last very long. It's going to thin out on you pretty quick. And the second thing is it just doesn't have a good glide. So the corners, I feel like it's harder to get into. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to have on the truck. I'm just not a huge fan. I like the
Yeah,
high.
I guess it's just a different way that it hits the surface, right? So you don't have those, you know, more, uh, I guess, less splayed out and less like naturally hitting the window surface. So it's more of a like direct, like
Yeah.
uh, kind of contact as opposed to the bores that more moves more naturally, like hair kind of.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. Like try out different brushes. We've even got the Pure Water Power brushes that come in more unique sizes. I know you were messing with some of those, right?
Yeah, I mean, I like the 16-inch. It's not an 18-inch, it's not a 12. It's kind of a perfect residential brush. The 20-inch is a really good size. So it's technically an 18-inch block instead of a 16. And the 23-inch, that's like my go-to solar panel brush. I mean, it's ginormous. What
Okay.
bothers me the most is when solar guys buy like Craftsman brooms and put fan jets on them. Like it just, like, eats me alive. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you're scratching everything. Have you ever felt a broom, like a shop broom? It's just,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
hard nylon.
Yeah,
I don't
those are way more aggressive bristles and definitely a different type. It must just be a different, more compact, like uh, uh, bristle overall.
yeah, it just eats me alive. I don't know. I'm not a strictly solar guy. We have solar here, but it's not like California and Arizona,
Yeah, I wonder how much that's going to actually
1900
spread. 'Cause
solar panels.
yeah, we've seen in our lifetime, we've seen them really be more and more common just all over, but coming more into smaller communities and everything. I feel like every so often I'll notice them on a roof or at a school or something like that. Um, I really wonder about that spreading. I mean, it's probably the most common, like door to door, right? I think you were mentioning some guy was trying to get you into going to solar, right? Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
they come to
wondering
my
if that
house,
was.
like, every week. Yeah, I think it will spread. They sell it like, hey, you don't really have to pay all this up front. It's only $90,000. Like you could buy Escalade or solar panels, pick one. They're self-cleaning. I hate solar salesmen personally.
Yeah, yeah. So what do we got here? Have you ever actually like window cleaned on one of the major holidays?
I think I've cleaned on New Year's before, like New Year's Eve.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
miserable. I did a job Wednesday, which was Thanksgiving Eve. That was
sure.
you know, it was money, I guess. It wasn't a
Yeah.
long job, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Like you get into the business for the freedom. I know there's a lot of other things that come into it, but you get into the business so you don't have to work the holidays, so you don't have to work weekends. So people that do work Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, it's like, yeah, you maybe made $1,000, but your family probably hates you.
Yeah, that's tough. That's got to be a tough position. I mean, I get that some people do need the money, but I think it's important to obviously spend time with the family and take that time to reflect and, just spend more of your personal time away from work.
Well, it's like I don't really understand it at some point. I had a buddy of mine I was talking to, and he was like, this lady, like, you have to want your stuff cleaned on that holiday. So that's super
Yes.
weird. I had this
Yes.
lady, she was texting a friend of mine at like almost midnight on Thanksgiving Eve, like, hey, I need my windows clean. My family's coming in at 2. I need you here by 9. He's like, "Hey, we're closed. I don't know if you noticed, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Like, I'm not coming to clean your windows," and like ended up with like a 1-star, and it's just super weird.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you would think it kind of goes without saying, really. Most corporate businesses are closed. But I guess, like you said, you have the freedom of either not working or choosing to work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool in that sense that it's up to the individual. I wonder, where I think most people line up more with taking those kinds of days off, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Halloween is whatever, unless
Yeah.
you're
I mean, the banks are not open. Oh, I agree. I totally agree. Halloween's not even a holiday. I mean, I only go to Halloween because I have a kid. I'm
right.
a Halloween guy. I don't watch Halloween movies. I don't dress up. I'm a Halloween guy.
Yeah, I'm not big on Halloween either, man. I mean, my dress up, I think I told you this. My outfit this year was I was Georgie from It, and I just put a coat on. That was it. I'm not doing too much with the
Yeah, yeah. I try life like I'm a
yeah, I don't like masks, I don't like face
yes.
paint, I
I
don't
I, I
like
just try to
getting into
be
the thing.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm with you
I mean,
there.
I went to a Halloween party once dressed as Spider-Man, and to go to the bathroom was it was a feat, to say the least. Not worth it.
Yeah, like not 18 anymore. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good on that. Um, the movies are okay. Christmas movies are better. I was looking for a Thanksgiving movie. I don't really know if there is a legitimate Thanksgiving movie. Settled on Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because it's not quite really a holiday movie, but they like go to Thanksgiving at the end, I think.
You haven't seen any Hallmark movies, apparently. They have like 900 Thanksgiving Hallmark movies.
Oh yeah, yeah. If I had to watch any of those, man, my God. Oh my God.
Dude, oh, man, Hallmark, they have, like, the whole thing is, like, small town, the girl anyways, yeah, no, I'm good on that. My dad loves them for some reason. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
Like background noise, I guess. Do you have any like traditions that you try and do? Anything like from your family that passed down to you that you just like we got to do this on this day, or like at some point we got to watch this movie, or anything like that.
I don't, I mean, the only tradition I would say is, like, we do stocking stuffers, but that's kind
Okay.
of generic. What about you guys?
Um, we try to change it up every year. Some years we don't do stuff. Some years we'll do like a ugly sweater thing, or we'll do like a Secret Santa thing. I'm not really much for the like white elephant or like what is it like?
What? Dude, white elephant is the best.
Well, then I buy the iPod and I end up with a T-shirt or like a mug. You know what I mean?
Dude, uh, we do, like, my friend group, we do, like, a friendsgiving, and we do, naughty white elephant, and that
Oh
is the
wow,
best time of my life, dude. Like, it gets raw, cringe and
yeah, wow,
raw, dude. You guys gotta do it.
that's interesting. We'll have to talk off air.
Yeah, dude. Like, white elephant, like you said, it sucks 99% of the time. Like you said, you bought $400 worth of presents and you end up with, like, a pig, but, oh, man, white elephant is the best.
um, we would watch "It's a Wonderful Life" every Thanksgiving, which paired well, and it's one of the greatest movies ever. But it pairs well with the food that you just eat. Where every year I fall asleep at some point in that movie. Every Thanksgiving. Great movie, but just black
I
and
saw
white.
a TikTok
The
the other
like
day
slow
that said
scenes.
yes. I saw it the other day that kind of, uh, reminisced with that said, when growing up, you always had like those drunk uncles and aunts. Like you're now that old, you're the old uncle and aunt. Like just kind of like,
Yeah.
wow, life turned fast on me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, it's like at a certain point you feel like you're you're too young to be in the bar and there's just like everybody else is older and then suddenly you're just part of that old crew. Pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, speaking,
Good stuff.
I gotta ask you. I was talking to my wife last night. So this is not a thing for me. Maybe I'm just live under. Apparently, the day before Thanksgiving is called like Blackout Wednesday, and it's like the thing where you go to the bar. And I've never heard of this. Have you ever heard of this?
No, I think this is more of a thing that sort of slowly and recently within the last like I'd probably say 20 years or so where like people say that like oh the night before Thanksgiving is a bit biggest drinking night of the year and I think it really just has to do with like the college age kids have come home and either there's a party or everybody goes to a spot or something like that. And it's really almost just like a high school reunion the day before Thanksgiving, I think, because people are fired up to be home and, not be in school.
Yeah, because like I had a friend of mine who like I'm 28. I wouldn't say I'm young or old. But he was like, dude, night before Thanksgiving, we're going to the bar. I'm like, no, I have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Are you crazy? Like, oh no, it's a thing. Like it's a thing. And I'm like, I've never heard of that. You go have fun. I'm gonna be in bed by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it is a thing, and it's definitely toward the younger crowd. I think those first couple of years after you turn 21, where like I don't know, maybe if a single person, somebody who's just like trying to meet up with people. And, I think that's been more of like a corporate kind of thing too, where they've like pushed, that to be a kind of thing, where it's like the biggest drinking night of the year. Everybody come out to the bar, like kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, that's a thing. I'll write that down. I'll never go, but I'll write it down.
Yeah, no, I woke up Thanksgiving morning at like 6:30, so that I was not doing any kind of crazy bar hopping or like, Santa Con things.
Yeah, every time I forget, like I don't consider myself young, especially cleaning exteriorly if that's a word. Feel really old. My back hurts all the time. My knees are shot. And every time we have like sales conventions, I'm like, "Yo, Jersey, Steve-O, let's go to the bar." And they're like, "What? No." Like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're like 40." Like, yeah, it's not a for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying those guys are old necessarily or anything, but even now, like I'm 31, and if I go hard or like mix the alcohols or like do something where I'm drinking like mixed drinks or something like that, like the next day can be pretty rough. The recovery period
The
is
next
a
couple
little bit
days.
more longer. Yeah, it could be the next couple of days. Yeah, it could be the 2-day hangover and then the like slow residual back to normal.
Yeah, I've made it a point like to where I've considered like that era's done for me. So if y'all want to go out, let's go out to somebody's house. Like let's drink
Yep.
some drinks, but have some finger foods and like I can crash on the couch. Like I'm not into spending $300 at the bar. I'm cool with all that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go out to a good bar that has like good food or something like that and have a meal with a couple of drinks. Um, but yeah, those days for me, man, I don't really want to go out to bars too often. I mean, like I said, unless they have like good food or it's just too loud music I don't want to have to hear. Uh, Conversations I can't have because the music itself is too loud, and I'm just kind of sitting there and just like, all right. You ever have that feeling when you go out to a bar, you're like, oh, let's go get a drink. You go out, get a bar, you're just sitting there with the beer, and you're like, all right, this was it then, huh? So this is what we plan to do. Now we're just sitting here with a beer. I could be
Yeah,
home.
I'm like, I don't really understand it. Yeah, like I do all that at the house. Like when we have the convention out in Nashville, the first I went out and like Broadway, I was not familiar with Broadway, apparently pretty big. And it took me
Yeah.
like 30 minutes to get a drink. And I was like, I might as well order a bucket and just go sit in the corner because I'm never going to be able to come back out of the drink. Like, it's elbow to elbow. I can't even breathe. Maybe, I'm old.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are pre-gaming before they go out even. Um, Also, Nashville's a wild drinking city. Depends on the time of the year you go, obviously, but yeah, that strip is pretty wild, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more low key. Like we went to Florida one year, that was pretty cool, just super chill. Nashville is ridiculous. We got the convention, the IWCA convention, Galveston. Nobody will be there, promise you. No one wants to visit Galveston. Is I'm not sure if you know. I'm sure you do, but Adam, finance manager, he wanted to buy a house in Galveston, and I was like, buy a house anywhere, Alabama, Florida, North Carolina, anywhere else. Do not come to Galveston. It's miserable. It's brown sand beaches. I wouldn't even call it sand. Brown beaches, brown water. I promise you, no one will be there.
I've heard good things about Hicksville in Alabama. Have you ever been?
No, I've heard of like the Gulf Shores, if that's like close to the Gulf Shores.
Not too sure. I've been
Yeah,
to
I heard Alabama's pretty
Birmingham
good. I've been
though.
to Destin. Yeah,
Yeah,
just middle
Destin.
of
Yep.
nowhere. You know what bothers me with those cities because anywhere when you go to Georgia, Alabama, places like that, you can cross the state line and like, and I'm used to driving 14 hours to get out of Texas. So it's weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird. I've been to I think it was in when I was in Indiana or it might have been no, I forget where it was, but we were at the point of a time zone change and that was wild. Like it just kind of like tripped me out a little bit that like you could be in the same state and have a different time zone and like live within that area. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been to Indiana a million
Does Texas
times.
exist within one time zone?
I want to say yes. I think we're all central, but like West Texas might be a different one. I don't know. I know it's like 14 hours from east to west.
Wow. Have you ever done that trip?
No, but when I go out of Texas, like Louisiana side, when you go back in, it's like El Paso, 971 miles, and you're like, who would make that drive? Like that's
Who
miserable.
would make that sign?
Yeah, no, pass on that.
That's wild.
But I actually have a friend of mine giving me a shout. We got a call coming in, so I do want to end on that note.
Yeah,
15% off the entire website, windowcleaner.com, zeroproducts.com. Just let us know. We have our phone numbers on the screen. Our phone numbers are very similar, so if you get, vice versa, we'll patch you over. But
totally.
appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.